Hey, and we're back with No Bullshit Reviews, and we're doing Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Wow, I got it right. For second time. Alright, so we were just talking about, sorry, lip ring getting in the way. We were just talking about, basically how the script writer of this movie just fucks with us, like wanting them to be together, but at the same time, it's like, like in the way that Lori and Michael are destined to be together, you know, or Nancy and Freddie. Well, we can't really say Nancy and Freddie, but she lasted more movies than anybody else. 3, 4, actually, if you count Wes Craven's New Nightmare, in that way, it's kind of like that creepy love relationship. But anyway, so she's preparing him for the worst night of her life, and then there's a moment in the movie where she realizes that he loves the virgin girl. Well, she is a virgin, the main bitch, Taylor, not the other virgin girl, not the decoy that he was fooling her with, but her, the reporter. I know this can get confusing. Taylor. The other bitch is Carrie. I'll refer to her as Carrie. And even though Taylor makes attempts to try and save Carrie, it never really works out because Robert Englund's character, to warn her, Robert Englund's character more or less fucks it up. It could have all been over and nothing bad could have happened, but he fucks it up. He's like the bad Dr. Loomis. Not useful at all, Anyway, basically, so Taylor and Leslie, they're just sitting there, they're having a moment. He's saying, "Oh, I'm so happy," whatever. And she's there and she's basically crying, Not really like crying, like, oh, bawling crying, but more like intuitively crying, if you can even say so, if that's even possible. But anyway, so it all starts up and she hears the first murder occur. In this movie, you don't really see the kills, but I like it that way because it's more of a psychological mind fuck. So she's there and, she's like freaking the fuck out like a heroine would. Not like freaking out, but like strongly freaking out. Like a woman strongly freaking out. And she's like, you know what? We can't let this happen. There's no way. We gotta call the cops. Blah, blah, blah. He comes in and, he connects with her throughout this movie in a way that he knows when this bitch is ready to just say, fuck this. So he's like, yo, I see that look on your face. I know you would have that. You're leaving gone. You're not fucking up my night, And he does all this on purpose. It's almost like he pre-planned it. And that's like, wow, because this guy like pre-planned the plan. So that's like, wow, man. That's a lot of effort. Like, he really wanted this bitch. So anyway, Taylor and her film buddies are outside. And he's like, they say some tearful goodbyes. They say good luck. I'm like, good luck? You know what he's going to do to these kids. It's like they almost formed a friendship with a serial killer. It's almost like if someone came up to shoot your school, you hope to be their friend so they won't shoot you. It's almost like that kind of relationship right there. But anyway, so after that, I'm like sitting there. I'm like, oh, man, this is like some real shit. Like, because what would you say? Would you say no, don't to a serial killer who's perfectly prepared? Or would you say, well, good luck, man. I hope it all works out for you, man. I hope to see you on the news. Yeah, I think you would go with the second one. So anyway, so she's there. And once he's gone, she's like, fuck this, She gets all hardcore. And she's like, you know what? We're going back there. I'm not going to watch them die. Wear your fucking dicks or whatever. And she just, of course, when you mention guys' balls or dicks, they always got to, rev up like, oh, man, got to go because she's fucking making fun of my balls, But whatever. So she gets her crew to man up and, everybody dies. And not everybody, but a few people die. And then she's sitting there and she's like, when she finds out that Carrie basically fucking somebody in the next room is not the virgin girl, not fucking just like fucking, but more like fucking like I fucked more than once fucking. So, she didn't lose it just tonight. But yeah, so she's sitting there and she's like Taylor, and she's like, oh my God, you know, he planned this all out from the beginning. It's me. And I'm sitting there like, I can't believe this bitch is a virgin. Because she's like, what, 23? You know, or 24. I'm sitting there like, woohoo, girl, for keeping that V card for so long. Like, go you. But then bad, you know, because, damn, look at where you are now. Well, it's better than being dead, I suppose. But anyway, so she's sitting there. And she's like freaking out. And she does such a great job. Whoever the fuck this is, I want to see her again. What's her name? The girl who plays Taylor. Angela, whatever the fuck you are. Angela, good job in this movie. You made me believe you and how incredibly fucked in your mind you were at that moment. I believed you. I felt bad for you. Great job. Hope to see you in another horror film. Anyway, so she is just sitting there and then they have like a trailer moment like, please, you have to tell me, how do I die? And of course, they all get picked off easy enough. And sooner or later, it's just her and Leslie. Because, you know, Dr. Loomis, the fake Dr. Loomis, Robert Englund, is useless in this movie because that's kind of the point. You know, she has to save herself. And basically, she has to go through his trap. She has to go through his whole setup mess, you know, the whole setup trap, knowing what the end result could be. And she has to toughen up, you know, man up and woman up, clit up, whatever you want to call it, and just kick some ass. Which she does. Great. So anyway, so she's going through these things, you know, she gets more and more pissed by the moment. Not even scared, but she goes heroin on my ass, like, well, not my ass, but on our ass, super quick. But at the same time, it's not like in a Halloween situation. You know, it's not like that. It's more like she just realized that she's been fucked with from the beginning. That he's been watching her, that she's been his prey. You know, so it makes sense that way that she decided, you know what, fuck this. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to fuck this nigga up because I ain't nobody's bitch. Even if I'm supposed to be some heroin virgin girl. So I respect that. Go girl. Anyway, so she decides that she's going to go through the woman symbol. And, you know, then she does the whole phallic, beating him with the thing. And then it comes down to the moment where she finally kills him. And he's like, I knew you were the one. And again, it's creepy. And then she finishes him off, smashes that head, squeezes that head, and she's like, ah! She gives that fucking She-Hulk scream. And I'm like, yes! Because that's what you expect when you fucking kill somebody after all that fucking psychological torture. This bitch is going to be screaming her mind off. And she fucking did. This bitch was just so hardcore. At the end of this movie, it was awesome. And it was great, actually. It was really great. And, of course, Robert Englund shows up at the end. Too late, but better than never. And one of her friends survived. And this was the movie. And it's really good, and it's worth a watch. The visuals in this movie, you know, I can only say that the story was great. I mean, I really wish that, I know I had one complaint about this movie. I really wish that to make us believe more that Carrie was the virgin girl instead of Taylor, that we would have focused on her more or developed her character more, because it was too obvious that Taylor was the one that he was going for at those moments. I mean, it was way too obvious. And if they were going to go that route, if they weren't going to do that, I mean, at the same time, if they went that route, you wouldn't have the amazing scenes between Taylor and Leslie. Whatever. It's a trade-off. I like what they did instead. I have to give this movie 4.5 stars because it started off pretty slow, but it is entertaining. So 5 stars. Everybody should watch this movie. It's a great look, and it's another great making fun of this own genre movie. You will love it, and I personally enjoyed it a lot. And I really hope to see that Angela bitch again because she was great in this. All right, so that's it for this, and I may be back with Late to Rest review. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, Have a good night, and I hope you like this.